me here.
Intro song.
Coming in pretty tight.
We're off to a rough start here.
It's a good start.
No, it's still good.
Watercooler. Dun, dun.
Hello and welcome to. Oh yes, crack 'em. Hello and welcome to.
Crack 'em out.
Crack 'em out. I thought that too. That should be what we should say. Crack 'em out, everybody. Crack 'em out. Welcome to Watercooler for August 11th, 2020. Thank you so much for tuning in. Feels good to be back. I missed you guys. One even more so than everyone else, and you'll find out who that is in just a moment. Let me introduce the show. My name's Chris Laxamana. This is the show where I hang out with my cruel digital buds, crack some brews, kick it Philly style. With me today, Mike Dawson's here.
Yeah, what's crapping?
What's crapping?
What's cracking in?
Matt Fondiler here.
Release the Kraken!
Hey, brother.
Hey, brother. Gary Smith's in the house.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? And to my left, that is... Caelan looks different. Caelan looks weird. What happened? Is this Insomniac next to me?
Holy shit.
This is next to me, actually, guys.
It's an audio medium, Dave.
Yes, is Dave. But who's Dave? I don't know Dave.
I push pixels, man.
I only know one guy. Yes, and he does that. His name is Pixelphun. Pixelphun's here.
Pixelphun's here.
And then you're probably wondering, where's Caelan? Well, he's right here, virtually. Hey, Caelan.
Hey, how's it going?
Caelan is at home, and he's just regular res. Caelan.
Reg Raz.
Reg res.
Sour shoes.
Yeah, how's the gaming going? If last episode in the Patreon, we went over.
You ducked out early, so
Yeah,
you
Caelan,
could play video
you left
games.
early, and you started a game. You obviously started a video game before we said bye to everybody, and then your window just disappeared.
You know what's funny is, as I told you, my friends that I had, well, the guys that I made friends with, they were inviting me to a game right as we were wrapping. And I accepted it, and I told them, hey, I'm just finishing up work, so give me 10 minutes. And midway through the rest of your guys' plugs, no bullshit, my internet totally went out. I knew there was no way any of you were going to believe me that I didn't just...
There's no way.
No,
You're right.
we don't.
Does not compute.
We don't believe you.
For those who don't know what happened,
I believe him.
Caelan was talking.
Caelan's not a liar.
Caelan isn't a liar, but at the same time, I haven't seen Insomniac, and I don't trust him anymore.
Yeah.
I don't trust Caelan. I feel like he has something to do with it. But Caelan was talking about his new video game BFFs, T-Bone and Cow Money, or I forget what their names were.
T-Bone and Cow Money. I love it. That's the new morning show, T-Bone and Cow Money.
But at the end, Caelan was kind of already...
Z101.
Yeah. Caelan was slightly checking out, and his eyes started to meander towards off-screen, towards he was looking to his right, and he was kind of doing stuff, looking to his right, and he put his gamer headphones on. He's kind of making some moves with his keyboard fingers.
I'm just going to point out some of that's happening right now, Caelan. We can't actually see you right now. I see your eyes
we can watch
darting
you
to your keyboard.
Other things.
There's a little shimmy going on with your shoulders. You're obviously typing.
It better be porn.
He might be cracking one out.
He's cracking one out, yeah.
Stand up. Anyway, Caelan...
He does have a history of taking his pants off.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't actually, say that. But yeah, so Caelan just signed off, and I had to close the show out without Caelan.
It was tough.
And we all know how integral Caelan has to be. A part of the ending. Integral.
It was actually really frustrating because I couldn't get it back on for almost an hour. And my friends had just invited me to a game, so I felt like I was letting them down.
Oh, you were letting them down. Sorry, you're letting me down.
Yeah, but you weren't letting down the Patreon fans who pay to listen to you on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's good
really glad
RTI,
he's
though,
here.
for the guys who love to play video games with Caelan.
Yeah. And
Well, actually, you know what really sucks is something happened to my Call of Duty account where I can no longer see any of my friends online.
Oh that is a travesty.
He lost his virtual friend.
Sounds like you need to push
Online,
F3 or
and it just showed
something.
nobody's online.
World's
And
tiniest violin playing
Shift
for Caelan.
F12, Caelan.
Yeah.
Shift F12.
There you go.
Caelan,
very sad.
very sorry.
when you play, you don't
Yeah.
Don't get to play with your friends.
It's so difficult to see who's there.
How do you play video games alone?
play by yourself.
That's okay.
We
We
should
love
pour
Caelan.
one out for Caelan's virtual friend.
Yeah, maybe not in the console.
Probably
Down
not
our-
in the studio.
down our
but-
gullet.
In spirit, I get it.
I'll pour it out in your throat.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, well, a lot to get to. I mean, this is our first week back
Pour it out in
from.
your throat. Just doesn't sound right.
That sounds like a fucking bumper sticker to me. Pour it out in your throat.
Maybe in Louisiana.
Nothing sounds right.
Speaking of Louisiana, Matt, I was going to let this go.
Huh? But Jesus, he transitioned to his
He
own
did that.
thing.
He did it on purpose.
How dare you?
He had to do that.
Mispronounce beignets. You're our food guy.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And king cake is awesome.
By the way, my friend Adam Bennett said he really enjoyed that show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Matt. Mispronouncing any word is an integral part of this show.
That's right.
So I think.
Well, you also have
okay.
immunity on Patreon. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So I think you're
thanks
right. I
for,
think it is
for breaching
integral.
that by bringing that up,
Oh.
bringing my mistake up.
But anyway, it feels good to be back in
No Res
studio.
Gary. I wasn't there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Gary. Well, that's what I want to talk about. What happened during Dark Week? And let's start off with No Res Gary, because we didn't get to hear much from him, as listeners were able to figure out. Where'd you go? What'd you do? It was Dark Week. It's our 1 week off all year. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we get the end of the year off with Christmas, but I mean, we don't get a ton of days off here, so it's a very valuable time. And Gary, how did you spend it?
On Monday I was here working,
That's right.
as you saw from the last regular episode of Patreon. On Tuesday I just got ready, and Wednesday me and my family headed out of town. We went up to a little place outside of Solvang. We were hanging there, and my plan for the whole week was we were going to arrive around noon or 1. And then at about 3:15, I was going to leave where I was staying because I know their internet is not good. And I was going to drive into town and sit in my car outside of a Starbucks or something and do the episode from my phone. And shortly,
Yeah, you didn't incorporate booze into the equation, though, right?
well, no, but I was just gonna take one for the team and whatever. But
Pour it into a coffee cup.
yeah, well, shortly after I got there, I announced that I had a show to do at 3, and the reaction that I was met with by members of my family that I had a show to do at all was negative, to say the least.
Right.
And I decided that leaving the place entirely was probably not the best chance. So
Wait, was producer Laura Lee there?
Yeah, you should have explained to the
Yeah.
producer of the show.
She probably
that-
thought you were doing like the Corolla show or
Exactly.
some
She
other
didn't know it
JV
was
show.
that, yeah.
I'm not going to single
He
anyone
was
out.
working on Just Gary.
I'm not. I'm not buying it. I'm not going to single anyone out, but Laura Lee was not the impediment. But I decided to go.
Was it Big Gare?
I decided to go, Big G. I decided to go to a spot where I know the internet to be the best. I zoomed with Matt, and it worked flawlessly for about 12 seconds. And I said, "Well, this will work great."
Yep.
And I hung
Yeah.
up.
No, what happened was I said, "Hey, so just tell me about your day so far." And he had like 5 sentences in a row. It was perfectly clean. I'm like, "Great, man, we're good to go." And he's like, "Cool, man." And then it just disconnected. And then I'm started texting and like, "Did you just hang up? Because that did not work at the end."
Well,
and then it
and
clearly
I-
didn't work.
And I texted him back and said, "Well, no, as soon as you said we were good, I started walking away from the spot with the good internet. So I expected it to degrade, but I'll be back at that spot for the show and it'll be fine." I went back to that spot for the show, and as we all saw, it was not fine, and it just didn't work. And I realized that my attempting to continue to connect was just going to be a long tragedy of just misstep. So I just abandoned it. I feel bad. I really, it bummed me out to not be able to join the show, but I thought the best thing for the show was for me to just take one.
I think you did good. And we did hold over the vote
Yeah, I listened.
in the semi-starving semi.
That's right.
Circle.
Semi-sphere.
Mostly starving.
Yeah.
Practically, sorry.
Practically.
No, I downloaded it shortly after.
I didn't bring my thesaurus.
Okay.
Shortly after it went up,
I
I
knew it was
downloaded
there.
it and listened. I'm not going to miss an episode, whether I'm on the episode or not. I'm not going to miss it. So I thought you guys did great, aside from some maybe mispronunciations.
Bennett,
happens.
The Bennett families are really stoked on that podcast, by the way.
Nothing, any of that. But you had a nice, relaxing trip, even during these weird COVID times.
I'm tired of that phrase. COVID times.
The COVID times.
If COVID times is never said again, I'll be perfectly happy. I wouldn't necessarily call it relaxing. It was enjoyable, but as I learned firsthand, and I bet Dave can back me up here, traveling with a 1-year-old is not relaxing,
Especially during COVID times.
especially during COVID times. It's something, but not relaxing.
Wait till they get to be like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
anticipate a relaxing vacation until I can leave him with his grandparents or something. But it was good. It was necessary. It was useful.
Yeah.
But it was not relaxing.
I got a dog sitter. You could borrow her sometime if you just want to leave the Leave the kid at home.
Yeah.
You hear that, Joya?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dawson's got a guy.
It's a girl, but
specializes in
the
dog
kid will get
sitting.
fed once a
take him for a
day.
walk.
The kid will get
They're gonna have to
fed.
pee.
She'll pet
Once
him.
a day.
They're gonna have to
Yeah.
pee. A little walk.
Yeah, there you go. How was your trip, Chris? Or your vacation, not trip, but your time off?
It
It was
was
the
good.
first time in what? A decade?
Yeah. So, well, actually, as I said, I actually got last year off because that's because my dad died.
Yeah, that's
so
not
I
the
really
same.
I still had a ton of S to do. But yeah, usually I'm on a trip with Adam, which I mean, as relaxing and as fun as it seems, we get to go to all these fancy events. I get to just shovel oysters down my throat.
It's a fuckload of work.
It's an F load of work, and you're not fully relaxed.
No, you're not.
Like if you're
because
with Adam and
you're-
there's stuff
you're-
going
you're
on, your
Corolla's
brain's
butler.
No, I'm not really his butler, to be honest. I
Isn't
don't
that
want to.
Matt?
I don't want to say.
How dare
No.
you, sir? How
Matt DeAndre.
dare you?
No matter what your role is, though, when he's in your orbit, there's a certain level
You're
of
working.
work that will always be
Yeah.
associated
And
with it.
attention too. Like sometimes I just want to go on my phone and watch Instagram stories, but I don't do that with him because I have to. He always he asks for your attention a lot. So when I'm in the car, you're talking to him the entire time. Like you have to.
Yeah.
He
See-
won't let me sleep if I'm falling asleep. Like Chris, are you sleeping?
Because
no.
because
What?
today's miracle is tomorrow's expectation. I set the bar extremely low from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And just got wasted on every road trip, so he never asked me for anything.
Yes. Yeah, that's part of the conversation usually that he's always. Can you believe Dawson?
He's used to you taking shots in the booth.
Oh yeah, just through the glass there. Mike took a
I saw
famously.
you see me
Little
I
nip.
saw you see me.
Yeah, nip from the flask. We played that in Gorilla Classics a few times.
a few times.
It's such a
Well, it's a
classic
classic.
moment.
Show's been
It
going
really such a
for
classic
18
moment.
months. Chris has played it 5 times.
I know. And Stu Carl Hendershot, which is his improv. One of my other favorite moments that Dawson's been a part of.
That was when I realized I'm not good at improv at all.
Yeah.
So were you
sorry,
able
go on.
to finally detach and relax come Saturday or Sunday?
I detached, I relaxed, and yeah, it was nice. Like it's all and as I told you guys, I still don't really know how to do that, and I think it's something we're gonna have to work on. I don't know how to relax.
Jen get pissed at you for not chilling.
No, she didn't get pissed, but it's like it's
Chillaxing.
it's not hard for me. Yeah, it's not hard. I mean, it is hard to chillax with somebody who's always anxious and always looking for the next thing to do. So I'm trying to curb it. Like it's hard. I'm always like, what are we gonna do?
So what'd you
Drew's
do?
kind of like that. Drew's like, remember Drew on the
Drew's
cruise
very much like that.
or something? Yeah, he just can't. He's always thinking that there needs to be something that he needs to do, and sometimes there isn't. So it's something I'm working on, and I really got a good taste of it over this break, which I'm happy about. We were just talking about Drew, and I just feel like I just heard him.
Yeah, that was
it's
really
bizarre.
strange.
Matt, what
It's weird
did
because
you?
I felt like I heard him too.
Yeah, really strange.
What did you do, Matt?
Well, if you recall on our Patreon episode, Dawson was talking about shit I did as a kid, and he talked about the joys of swimming in the ocean without
Wetsuits?
wearing a wetsuit. And the next day, on Thursday, I looked at my wife and I said, we have to go to the beach. All that talk about going to the ocean and stuff. I love going to the beach. We haven't been at all. One of my new favorite places to go is the Dog Beach in Huntington Beach. And a little bit,
Mostly for the politics, right?
yeah, exactly. We were a little bit nervous about bringing an umbrella and chairs to the beach. God forbid we actually sit and stay on the beach. But, you're not supposed to during these COVID times.
Right. Keep moving.
Orange
Huntington
County,
kind of
baby.
has their shit
But
together.
that's why OC is where to be
They
right
don't
now.
care about COVID time.
Right.
So, and sure enough, when we got there were a bunch of people just posted up with chairs and umbrellas, and the lifeguards were doing their job, which is just making sure no one's drowning.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad they got jobs during these COVID times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, very much like we talked about on Wednesday, I got just that amazing feeling of going into the ocean, just butt naked. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. In a bathing
trunked it. You
suit.
trunked
In a
it.
bathing suit. And just, my wife stayed on the shore to keep an eye on the dog, and then we kind of switched places so we could each have a little bit of time just hanging out in the water. It would have been nice for us to both go in together, but my dog is not a water dog.
No,
so,
I feel you.
that just wasn't going to happen. But it had been such a long time since I've been in the water. And honestly, that was the extent of my vacation. The rest of the time was just spent at home watching TV and stuff. But that one day on the beach was like it's like therapeutic, just feeling the water. We talked about it last week.
It's
but-
beautiful.
So let me get this in my head now. You're on the beach.
Yep.
Hold on. Naked.
That's right.
Yep.
Slow down.
Dog.
Slow it down.
Slow down. Yeah.
I got the next post.
This is it. We're watching Pixelphun in real time.
Oh no.
This is what he's doing.
Just
Look
got to glean those little nuggets out
Yeah,
of what
there
you
you
guys
go.
say.
Speaking of nuggets, funny you say that. Reminds me, I love going into the water. I don't care. I'll just go in no matter what. My wife a little bit more apprehensive, and she's finally like agreed to go into the ocean. And as she's talking to me, there's a dog taking a giant shit in the water, like 6 feet away from us. And she did catch the tail end of it. And she was like, "Was that dog just taking a shit?" And I was like, "Maybe you should get in the water over there." A lot of fish shit in the ocean. There's a lot of shit in the ocean.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of,
you just got to deal with it.
and that is very
more
much
you
speaking
know.
of nuggets.
Yeah. You have a question, Dawson?
Michael.
No, I took a shit in the ocean.
Oh,
once.
there you go.
Once. It was an emergency.
Of course.
Was this
I would
shit you
hope
did
so.
as
I would hope
an
so.
adult?
Yeah.
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 Was
I
that
don't know.
when
It was
you
like
did
a
the move?
decade ago.
No,
Okay.
Chris, this is shit I did in the ocean.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a kid.
Yeah.
Certainly wasn't a kid.
I don't know if I
The
can
night
do
before would have been really, really fucked up because believe me, there was no Nashville chicken involved. There was some other heat thrown my way. Yeah.
that. Is this an urban myth where if you defecate in the ocean, the expansion of your anus becomes so large that water could actually go up into it?
I don't know. Caelan, can you Google that for us?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, get right on that.
and don't put your butt on the vent at the water park because it'll suck the insides out of you.
Oh yeah, I heard about a kid who just his intestines just straight. Or the one where if you're at a gas station, you have the air thing that you pump your tires with, and you put it up your butthole. I heard a guy did it, and his intestines flew out of his mouth.
I got your new Pixelphun idea, buddy.
You were so on the hook.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, these are images that I had as a kid. That
Yeah.
people would describe to me as stuff that happened. Urban legends are
Nice.
fun.
That's one word for it.
What did Caelan do?
Yeah, Ken, were you hanging out in Hanoi, or the archives, or I don't know what levels there are in Call of Duty.
What?
I don't know.
Are you paying attention?
What did you do
I
for your
can't
break?
really hear very well.
Chris is making callbacks to versions of Call of Duty from when Caelan was 7. So I think Caelan should be let off the hook for that one.
I don't remember.
Caelan, what did you do
I thought
over
you did
break?
pretty good. It's
you.
like that was a
Oh,
good
yeah,
stretch.
I
I didn't
played
even
Call of
know
Duty, right.
you were doing. I got it. I put it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believed in it.
I really didn't do a lot. I just hung out with my daughter as much as I could, and just walked Ringo a little bit and played Call of Duty. It was pretty relaxing.
Your 9.1
Worked a little
daughter.
bit too, so.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you seem relaxed though.
Well, I'm trying to hear because I can't hear myself.
That's
Well,
his
that might be-
concentrating
Oh.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
it's
you
concentrating.
should turn the volume up.
I can't. I told you I have problems with my AirPods.
Sweet.
All right then.
You should. I know a trick to make you hear better. And I've told you this before. I don't
do
think
it.
Yeah,
I don't
do
think
it,
you've
do
done it yet.
Do it. Do
And-
it right now.
Caelan, here's the thing. I grew up skateboarding, right? And the thing is, when you're working on a trick, you try, and if you can't get it, there's something wrong, and you have to alter whatever you're doing in order to get it. Just like anything, like shooting free throws, whatever it is. Now, here you are.
Your thing was lose a bunch of weight?
That too.
Oh.
Here now,
Just cracking
here
one out.
here is where here's your issue. Speaking of cracking one out, you have AirPods. You're complaining about you can't hear them. I gave you a solution. You have not done the solution, and now here we are months later, and you're saying my AirPods still can't hear them. Still can't hear out of them.
Well, the only flaw with that is I actually legitimately clean them like how you're supposed to clean them thoroughly, and it didn't make a difference.
Then my theory is not flawed.
I clean them much better than I ever could just sucking on them.
You should suck wax, bro.
That's what she said. Wow. Well, since Caelan is having trouble hearing us, maybe we should get
do-
to
Well, first I want to hear Pixelphun real quick.
Yeah, what'd you do on our vacation?
Yeah, what'd you do during our vacation?
Even though you don't work at this company.
I sat at home, built a shed.
Ooh.
Oh,
Did
see?
a little Photoshop. You know.
Is that where the victims go?
No, that's where you go to crack one out.
Matt, wrong podcast.
Come on.
All right, let's
He
get.
built a whack shack. So we're just gonna skip over me, just because you guys
Yeah.
were all jealous that I went to Big Sur for.
We
a
know
couple
you
of
went
days
to
early.
Big Sur.
Yeah, that was last week.
Okay.
There was
whole
still a lot
vacation
of
was
dark.
last
That was
whole
that was
vacation.
Monday and
Yeah,
Tuesday.
he was back
It
before
was Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not going to skip over Dawson. I don't know why I keep doing that. But anyway, sorry about that, man. What did you do?
Well, I played a lot of Call of Duty with cow farts, and it's pretty awesome. Made some new friends.
You know him, Caelan?
No, I don't know that one.
No, I'm finishing up an audiobook, almost done with it. I worked in my yard for a few days, and it's awesome, and I got to, I can't sit around either.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
see, Dawson's kind of like that, too.
I did
Totally.
a fuckload of work over
know-
the past 6 days.
Dawson, an hour ago, you looked at me and you told me that you like to peruse the free section of Craigslist and find
San Fernando Valley. It's got to
San-
stick in the San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley's free section of Craigslist. He peruses it every once in a while, and he finds what he called gems. Can you tell us about any of the gems that you've encountered?
Yesterday, I picked up a chair for my studio. And you know how a studio...
Yeah. You need a good
studio
chair.
needs a good client chair where somebody can sit and it's comfy and they don't want to move and they're, there with the speakers. Saw this one on Craigslist on Saturday morning and emailed the person and said, hey, you took really good care of that chair. That would look good in my studio. Let me know if I can come pick it up. She's like, oh, you were second. I promised it to this other lady. I'm like, all right, well, if this other lady doesn't come and pick it up, let me know.
Yeah.
Come and get it right now. Sunday afternoon, I get an email from her. I'm tired of this. Come and get the chair, please. I'm
Yes.
like, fuck yeah, I'll see you in 15 minutes.
And you want to know why? Because you're an actual person.
So
I'm hearing, and I'll bring a little tech talk into this, but Craigslist is not a great marketplace online anymore. Really, it's all about OfferUp.
Anymore.
that's why you only
I know.
search
That's what I was
Craigslist for
wondering,
free.
too.
I did buy my Apollo 8, my IO. Sorry.
Universal Audio Interface.
I knew that.
Yeah, Dave
I
knows.
did buy that on Craigslist.
Okay.
But I don't buy things on Craigslist unless I'm looking for something very, very specific that I know I can buy used.
yeah.
a hooker.
Like a hooker.
You hear that, Laura Lee?
Yeah.
But no, it's Craigslist free. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit. And then Sunday, I found a guy who was tearing down his pond, and he had a shitload of river rocks. And I made 2 truckloads of trips last night and took home about 4,000 pounds of rock.
My God.
Yeah, I got a big yard.
Yeah.
a lot
Dawson
of space to cover.
Are you
lot of rock
building
room.
a well?
I am building a fountain. We can talk about that as time goes on.
I'm working on a
Whatever,
quarry.
next time.
Yeah, I've told this story before, but I've sold some stuff off Craigslist, and I used to meet in like 7-Eleven parking lots because I didn't trust these people. They're strangers.
Nothing sketchy ever goes down in a 7-Eleven parking lot. It's just the pinnacle of safety.
It's just, but it's public. There's people there. They got that clerk with that phone next to him just in case something crazy happens. But there were times when I finally got comfortable enough to let people come over to the apartment, especially when I'm selling like music gear, because you got to try it out. You want to make sure it works, things like that. Like if I was selling an amp and I brought it to a 7-Eleven parking lot, they probably wouldn't like, does it work? How do we know?
When I brought my Apollo 8, the guy brought everything over and even installed it for me.
That rules.
We sat there and checked it out and made sure it worked. He transferred the account to me.
Yeah. See, I had a guy come over buy a keyboard off me once, a musical keyboard, and he was like sweating. He's like, "Dude, I'm sorry. Can I use your bathroom?" And, like in the middle of this transaction,
I just ate a Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
that may very well have been what happened. I'm like, sure. And he goes to my bathroom. He's in there for 20 minutes.
No.
And destroys it. Just straight up annihilates it. And then buys a keyboard, leaves.
Wow.
I had an electrician at my house shortly after I moved, and they were doing an all-day job. They had to replace the panel. They had to do all this shit. And about halfway through the day, one of the guys comes up to me and my wife. He's like, I'm really sorry, but can I use your bathroom? Like, what are you supposed to say? Like, he's going to be there for another 5 hours. Like, what are you supposed to say? So he goes in there. He wasn't in there that long, but he comes out and he leaves the house. My wife walks by the door and goes, did he go number 2? I walked by the door. I was like, he went number 4. He laid one down, but good.
Yeah.
It was.
It's human nature, sure. I mean, yeah, when you're an electrician, that's probably why I could never cut it, because I couldn't ask that. I couldn't do it.
Well, that was my summer vacation.
All right.
Electrician?
No.
Oh, damn it. I thought you had a story there. Well, before we get into Caelan's flicking, I do have a surprise.
Ooh.
And that is, we've talked about Dawson's bit on Wednesday, shit I did as a kid, and we asked for people to write intro songs. And I just want to play it as a teaser so people can tune in.
Sweet.
I like that.
So this is Dawson's, right now, temporary new intro song
Let's see.
for shit I did as a kid.
Shit I did as a kid.
That was amazing.
Vocals by Mike Dawson.
I like that.
That was our very own Casey Peters. Thank
Good
you,
job,
Casey.
brother.
Yes.
Good job.
That was some killer metal, man.
That was very, very Sabbath Zeppelin-y.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
Shit.
very nice.
I did as a kid. All right, well, let's get to some flicking because we brought up Caelan's daughter, 9.1, and now...
No, wait, little teaser. This week's shit I did as a kid will deal with porch plants.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, get that Patreon shit going. Patreon.com/watercooler.
Nice.
All right, Caelan. Now let's listen to listener Weston's song that he made for Caelan, and we all know how this one goes.
We all want to know one thing. Your opinion's what we need. So Caelan, get on that mic and flick the bean.
Oh, Caelan, flick the bean.
Respect all women.
Hit it.
All right, this week, I heard a movie get brought up on the ACS show by Brian, and I remember hearing about it a little bit when it came out, and that it was generally well liked. It's called Booksmart.
Booksmart.
It came out May of last year, 2019, and it's the directorial debut of Olivia Wilde.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah. Jonah Hill's sister's in it.
Yes, it stars Jonah Hill's sister and a woman named Caitlin Deaver, and there's a ton of other famous kind of cameo short parts in it. Jessica Williams, Lisa Kudrow, Will Forte, Jason Sudeikis. There's also another actor in it. I don't know if you know him by name, Skylar Gisondo, who is a really funny, like, awkward teen actor that was in the Santa Clarita Diet, which is a very funny Netflix show that's no longer on. He's also in The Righteous Gemstones on HBO. He's just generally really funny. You should look him up if you haven't seen any of his movies. This movie is 102 minutes long, and it is a comedy, so a little bit above the optimal running time there for a comedy. It's sitting at 97% on Rotten
Wow.
Tomatoes. That's with the critics, 77% with the audience.
Yeah, it's about more like it.
Yeah, and so this...
I haven't seen it, but with all the accolades, all the woman accolades on it, the critics have to say they fucking love it.
And just the way Caelan said, yeah, when you said 77's more like it,
You're predicting where this is going.
It's not looking good for
Yeah.
Booksmart, but let's find out.
I should also say that the executive producers were Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. But yeah, this is essentially like Superbad for girls. It's just if two girls with kind of the same, I mean, obviously Jonah Hill's sister instead of Jonah Hill, and then the actor Caitlin Deaver, who's like the nerdy version of what's his name, the other kid in Superbad,
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera. It's the same kind of dynamic. They're both nerdy high school kids graduating and trying to get to a party, but it is pretty funny. I mean, it's cute, funny comedy. All like the guest kind of stars in it make it really fun. Olivia Wilde, I think, did a really good job directing. She took a couple like liberties with the movie that were strange but worked. The only thing that I thought was really wrong with this movie was that after a while, it felt like it was just like a giant music video. the amount of music in this movie is like a bit over the top, and it's kind of fun at first and it works, and then later in the movie I found scenes that were completely useless, like they didn't need to be in the movie at all, but the only reason they were is because you put some music under it and it kind of just felt like a music video, and I thought that got a little bit old and tiring. But it's available now on Hulu, and I recommend that you watch it. It is funny. I think it's flickable. 8.1 out of 10.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Way higher than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
Caelan, you brought up the music in the movie a little too much for your taste.
Well, again, there's scenes that don't need to be in the movie. They're completely useless. It's just
So they did an 80s montage without
Yeah.
making it a montage.
Well, I want to bring this up
There's just so much music in it. It's so intense.
It's like, here's a scene,
little more
here's a song.
substance would have been good.
because Caelan,
I feel like Chris fired off that outro
Let's
a little
sell
early.
a soundtrack.
Well, no, we're still going to talk about the movie. I just wanted to get it in right after the score. I like to punch the score with the outro. Now, Caelan, there's a generational gap between us, and although it may not seem very large, it feels very large. For instance, now I'm trying to think, did you miss the era of movie soundtracks and how important, or how soundtracks were just such a big part of movie releases as well? Can you think of
I
a
would
good
say so.
soundtrack?
And if I didn't, I wasn't just into soundtracks or music enough to listen to whole movie soundtracks growing up. I think maybe just about missed it.
Can you name one that you think you really enjoyed?
Well, I was actually listening to a couple songs from Django Unchained just yesterday while I was cleaning. So there's
Oh, okay,
just one I
that's
was
pretty
listening to
recent.
yesterday that I really like.
Tarantino,
He's the
that
king
guy.
of it.
That guy made some great ones. Reservoir Dogs, obviously, on top of that list.
He picks amazing songs for his
Yeah.
scenes. Yeah.
The Pulp Fiction soundtrack was probably the first soundtrack that I became like obsessed with and would play all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed it when I was a kid with shit like 16 Candles
Yeah.
and Breakfast Club and all those John Hughes abominations.
And then ours version was like "Can't Hardly Wait,"
Sure.
which is like the '90s alt songs, or
American
Garden
Pie.
State was a huge one.
That was
Gardens of the Galaxy was pretty good.
Guardians was really good. Yeah, that one Caelan probably
Yeah.
should have missed. Yeah, that,
Guardians of the Galaxy was a great soundtrack, but that was like cheating.
It was
that was
cheating.
what made
Yes,
Total
yes,
cheating.
yes,
that was
yes,
what
of
made
course,
that
cheating.
movie
Right.
was the soundtrack.
Right.
Yeah.
It's part of the movie.
yeah, straight up member berries.
It plays a character.
But I do think of, like, when I think of a good soundtrack, like Garden State was probably the most hip one.
Armageddon wasn't bad.
Oh, Armageddon. Well, there's only one song in Armageddon.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. And I don't want to miss a thing.
Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream I know. You know that one, right, Caelan?
It's a good one.
Yes, I did.
I told you I went to a wedding one time, and our name tags were each. Everyone had a name tag, a folded triangle.
Place
pop-up-
card.
Place card. Yeah, sorry, excuse me, name tag. Place card at
Chris
the
hasn't had a
table.
wedding yet.
I haven't. Yeah.
Supposed to be in about 2 months, but
I got to make a call to a name tag guy real quick. 'Cause I've definitely paid too much
Everybody
money.
has
Hello,
to wear a
my
fucking
name
name
is-
tag. Yeah. I'm so sorry I messed up.
This is not good. But anyway, the place card at the table, and then when you unfolded it, under it was the lyrics to "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing," and that was their first dance. And they said if everybody could just sing the song as loud as they can while they did the first dance.
Wow.
did they not
Yeah.
have a?
Yeah, it was.
Let's not crowd participate.
I don't like that.
I thought it was hilarious. We're all
You were there-
drunk.
you
and
were there to
everyone's
witness.
arms are around each other. Like, I don't want
You are a witness. You are not a participant.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. It's optional, Dawes. I think I still have it. It's in my office, right? Unless
Sorry,
Caelan threw it away.
I would have just left in protest.
Okay, noted.
Okay.
My guest list just got a little shorter. Sweet. Just kidding, Dawes.
And I just got a Saturday back.
And speaking of generational gaps, I was talking to my friend, and she has a 13-year-old sister. And my God, man, thank goodness we are not in high school right now, or
Yeah.
middle school, whatever she's in, because
I drank way too much for being in high school.
yeah, exactly. Well, it's Gary, you're a tech. We're talking tech talk here. Like she was like complaining about school. Like, yeah, I don't really want to go back. Why not? Just not really into it. Don't really like anybody there. What happened? Well, blah blah blah. Like Sherry was body shaming some girl, and it was just upsetting me. So I hacked into her email and just started looking through and just saw that she was body shaming this chick, and yeah, she's just not cool. I'm like, you hacked into her email? That's a thing?
Wow.
It's like, yeah, we all hack into each other's emails and we all just like read everybody's shit. And then every girl or like all the people have like 2 Instagram accounts, one that's like public that their parents see and that their family sees, and one that's just conniving and just cuts you at the knees. And it's like, oh my God, ruthless.
I don't think they really hack. I think
they'll
figure
people
out some passwords.
No, she had straight up servers with binary code going at 1,000,000 miles an hour on a kind of screen.
The Matrix?
Yeah, it was
War games.
wild.
War games, yeah.
But yeah, I just thought of it. I'm
crazy.
like, oh my God, I would not have survived.
The
Well,
Whopper. WOPR.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys should watch War Games.
Yeah.
If you've not seen War Games.
No, it was
Oh, yeah,
more of a
great movie.
No, it was actually Newman from Seinfeld going
nice ref.
But anyway, I was thinking about it. I'm just like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Kids are insane.
The I'm not remembering the title of it right now, but we talked about it on the show. That super awkward teenager movie.
7th grade.
7th grade. That was
Yeah.
one where all the girls all felt compelled to make like vlogs and upload videos of themselves, and I was just like, this is what it's like.
8th
to be
grade.
8th grade.
Oh, 8th grade.
There
Sorry.
you go.
Yeah,
Chris
I
was
was talking
thinking
about
of the prequel.
Dude,
yeah.
Dude, I totally remember the show. I remember you talking about it.
Yep. I think you said
And
you saw it.
I watched the first 10 minutes of it, and I was like, no,
It's
I
too much.
can't.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't, I'm
tough.
not going
It's
to
too
like
real.
myself
You
if
know-
I sit through this movie.
You really like the 3 guys that don't have
I was
kids
just gonna
talking
say-
about
Right.
this as though like it's like, oh, I can't even imagine. Like,
No, it's
yeah,
not.
no
I can't
fucking
imagine.
Shit.
You feel
what-
like a voyeur.
No, I know. I
It's
saw
showing
the film.
you way
I
too
turned it
many
off
things
too.
that you have no business fucking knowing.
Yeah, Gary.
What's on the menu?
Wait, before I get
Yeah.
to we actually have somebody here who has a teenage kid. Pixelphun.
They're gonna have Neuralink, man. You have no idea. They
Is-
can't
are
get
you-
off their phones all the time.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Told
Do you just text them to get their
Validation.
attention? Like, hey, look up.
Oh, that absolutely happens.
Yeah.
But my kids know, don't ever delete history.
What?
'Cause
Oh,
then Daddy comes down with the hammer.
that's a clear. That's a clear
And I
telltale
got a couple
sign.
kids who are real into the video games, so you can see their time log, and then I'll come in the morning. I'm like, hey,
Hold on a sec.
Time to go to bed.
What's their Call of Duty tag?
Hold on. A second.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird. But hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Don't delete your history.
It's cow nipples.
Who the fuck deletes their history? That's what incognito mode is for.
Oh yeah, I don't don't think my kids know about that yet.
Oh, they know.
They know.
I really hope.
You said one of them's 18?
Yeah.
They know.
They have to know.
They learn.
Sorry, Dave.
Maybe
What
it's
are
time.
you doing?
But see, that was my favorite thing about
Are they
when I
really?
was
Are they
kid,
really
too.
complicit? I like when you
yeah.
say, "Turn over your phone. I'm going to check your history." Oh, of course, Dad.
Well, I don't
Here.
say turn over their phone, go to bed.
But see, that was the greatest part about when I was a kid too, and we
Yeah, they know
started
what
getting
it
the
is.
internet. And somebody asked my mom. I was sitting there, and somebody asked my mom, like, "Aren't you worried about him being on the internet?" And she was like, "Oh no, we have all of the security programs installed." I was like, "Yeah, I showed Dad how to install those. I know all the fucking passwords. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? You're not stopping me. Like, it's just."
I caught my kid playing at 3 in the morning. I go up to take a piss. I go in, and I see his lights on. I go in there. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Dad,
And
sour
he's
shoes.
playing Fortnite, which yeah, I'm playing with sour shoes. And I said, "Your iPad, it's locked out. You have a time?"
How?
Well, he figured out he could just reset the time.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
I
brilliant.
just keep resetting the
You gotta
time.
be kinda proud of
it's
that,
like
right?
every prison documentary you've ever seen, where the
Ingenuity.
guards say, you know, we're here for 10 hours a day. We're here for 10-hour shifts. These guys are here 24 hours a day. It's the kids. They're kids 24 hours a day. They're figuring out. All they're figuring out is, how do I get this shit past my parents?
Yeah.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
I learned it from watching you.
Yeah. What have you done? Also
From the Mormons.
Now.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Caelan, for flicking Booksmart. I may watch it now. I wasn't planning on it, but after that review, I might check it
It's
out
enjoyable,
myself.
aside from the music.
All right.
Aside from all the music. Now we have
Let's eat.
a Shay, but also I have a quick food story. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I went to a Winco. Have you heard of Winco?
No.
I don't know if it's a wide thing, but anyway, I went to a Winco, and it's just this huge grocery store, and
Where were you? Hawaii?
no, this is Lakewood, California. But anyway, I'm walking, and I can't find the crackers. I want some crackers.
Shout that into the megaphone.
Yeah, well, so because Jen's coworker went fishing, caught a bunch of
A lot of meth head crackers in Lakewood.
bluefin tuna, and we wanted to make some poke, and we thought, let's get some rice crackers for it, and it would be in the cracker section. I found the chip aisle, no problem. Cookie aisle, right there. But where are the crackers? So I go to a guy.
And then you shit your pants.
I go up to a guy, and I go, "Excuse me, sir. What aisle?
Where are the crackers at?
What aisle are?"
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, I basically, almost. Like I just said, "Excuse me," and I was, and
These damn crackers.
to be totally innocent, just have my face mask on. Like, excuse me, he's a lot taller than me.
Oh, we
"Excuse
don't let
me,
them
sir."
in here.
Where? Yeah,
You don't need to tell us he's taller than you.
Yeah, see, it was right there, Matt, but he just served it underhand. And it's not
wanted to hit
charitable.
one too, but
It's not charitable to hit the underhand pitches.
What aisle are the crackers? Where can I find the crackers?
And he said, "Where's your mom?"
they were on the top shelf. You couldn't.
Okay. And he told me, and everything went great. All right, man, let's go. Let's go.
I like that Pixelphun scoring
God.
with Caelan, who can't
Story.
even hear the show, but Caelan's over here laughing at
I hope your iPods stay broken. Don't listen to me. Anyway, I just said, "Excuse me, where are the crackers?" And he just goes, "What'd you call me?"
Is that real?
Yeah,
Really?
it was totally real. And I just like cower.
Was he
"Oh,
and he
sorry,
was
sir."
serious?
And he starts laughing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Now, here's my question, because I
That's
would
great.
think
I love that.
when I hear crackers, I think something different than rice crackers. I would assume that the crackers would be in a more like a bread soup type of aisle.
Yeah, maybe like a
Versus
hot spoon. food
rice
is, yeah.
crackers would probably be with the like
Ethnic food.
Asian Mexican
There you go.
food section.
Right.
I checked the Asian
Crackers
section.
are with cookies.
There you go, with
Yeah,
cookies.
I checked the Asian section, not there. I checked the chip section, not there.
Well,
And
you're
the
just
snack
crazy.
section.
You're looking at the
Check
chip
the cookie
section.
Chips and crackers should be in the same aisle.
They should be.
They
but
should be,
Every
but they're
expert
not.
knows. There's
Then
too
why-
many
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah.
Then why? Yeah,
Chips
there are
chips
way.
and bread. Chips and bread, bro. They'll share.
It wasn't the bread section.
Chips and bread are never on the same aisle.
It was on the
Chips,
end.
jerky.
At that Vaughn's they are.
Well, that Vaughn's is an anomaly. You talking about the one on like
At the
Alameda?
Ralph's over there. They are.
Is that a John's?
No, that's actually a Ralph's.
Anyway, it was not in the chip section, not in the Asian section, it was actually in the end of the cookie section.
Crackers with cookies.
Yeah, crackers.
Now
and
you're gonna
cookies.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
who
on
knew
now.
that the store's in alphabetical
Come on
order?
now. I've been grocery shopping for a long minute now.
Yeah.
Pretty experienced.
Yeah, I'm pretty experienced at it.
But anyway,
Dawson just went real southern.
Yeah.
Long minute now.
anyway,
You
yeah,
know,
he-
there's a
he-
show-
He yelled at me, and then that's when I shit my pants.
Nice.
Awesome. All
Great
right.
story.
And then you did the move.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
then-
I did
yes,
Caelan's
yes.
move. Yeah, the move. All right, but sorry, Matt. What were you saying?
I was just adding on to Dawson's thought about being a grocery shopper for a long time. There's that Food Network show, Guy's Grocery Games.
Yes.
Guy Fieri hosts it.
Fieri.
It's like that supermarket sweep. It's kind of like that.
No, it's
Well,
not.
you know
With some
how
cooking involved as well.
I was
feel
talking
like
about
Dawson
this
could crush
because
it.
I was watching hockey with my buddy this weekend. You know, the Columbus team.
Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets.
They're in the playoffs, and I said, wait a minute, aren't they supposed to? Aren't they? I think it could make them change their name from Columbus, Ohio, to something else. And my buddy Izzy goes,
Flavortown.
yeah, Flavortown. I'm like, oh, well, then the name of the team should be the Flavortown Guys.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
It'd be a great fucking name.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, the Flavortown.
I mean, it'd be
guys.
the biggest joke in the history of professional sports forever and ever and ever.
Or if you want to go deeper, the Flavortown
But-
donkey
Yeah.
sauce.
I mean,
Oh,
if I
come
was Guy Fieri, I would just put enough money into just saying, "Hey, let's do a year-long promotion.
Well, you
just
just-
name your team the Flavortown Guys."
Or you could just go with the alliteration and just the Flavortown Fieres.
That's good
Oh,
too.
and thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what though, Ohio is gonna they're gonna fight using a foreign language word.
It's hard
Yeah.
for them to pronounce.
Now, Guy, I think we
the
can. I
guys.
think we can get that through the town
Hot
council.
guys.
Yeah, plus most
Yeah,
of the guys
Gee.
on the team will be named Guy.
Right.
That's
He
your
left
guy,
one.
buddy.
Yeah, I like it. All right, here's Ohio. We a huge part of our listenership is in Ohio, and I think we can really make
big
some
time.
changes out there. All right, but anyway, now it's time. The moment everybody's been waiting for. We want to know, and we obviously have the theme song. Let's just get into it. With some Shay. Matt's trying to get some beer. Shay.
That's all right.
Fondiler.
But love me some clam. Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
What's on the menu?
Yeah.
That's good.
And thank you, Casey Peters, for the new Matt
Yeah,
drop.
but love me some clam. Yeah, we don't need to do that one. at the
Caelan
beginning.
likes it. Virtual
It's fine
Caelan
on
loves
its
it.
own, but don't put it at the beginning of the song.
All right, here we go.
You're right.
You know. All right, so before we get into the practically starving semicircle, which everyone's talking about, I did get a tweet from someone who claims to be the real Eric, who wants us to address the topic of coleslaw.
Sure.
And I realize it's never really been broached here on Chez Fondiler. I personally am more of a potato salad kind of guy, but I do like some coleslaw. I just don't think I've ever had great coleslaw before. But I realize that in order for us to really talk about this properly, you got to ask yourself, there's 3 different questions, 3 different choices to make when you talk about coleslaw, and I'll address them, and you guys can tell me what you think. I'm looking at you, Gary.
Let's hear it.
Big, beautiful blue eyes, ears. First of all, 2 different types of coleslaw. You got the creamy kind or you got the vinegary kind.
Yes.
Sure.
Then I started thinking about it. Sometimes you get it at barbecue and sometimes you get it at the deli. And then I thought even more, sometimes you get it as a side and sometimes you get it on a sandwich. Mm-hmm. So that's what
Lots
those are
of
the 3
range.
things that I want
Lots
to
of
ask
range
you.
with the slaw.
Where do you fare on each of those? I will tell you, I personally am a vinegar regardless of if it's on the sandwich or the side.
Agreed.
And I prefer it more in the barbecue setting, which kind of goes hand in hand with the vinegary. But I'll allow you guys to talk about it too. Gary
Langers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say is that you and Chris are both insane people because you both have agreed that the Langers sandwich with coleslaw on it is one of the best things in the
phenomenal.
world. And
You're
it's
right.
creamy and it comes on a sandwich. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right.
The sandwich is awesome, but
So
I don't
you're
get it
going
for the
complete
coleslaw.
opposite.
But you can get it without coleslaw and you've never done that.
Yeah, but I prefer that coleslaw over no
I never
coleslaw.
knew that. I never knew that. Remind me next time we do the Langers run, I'm going sans coleslaw.
You never knew that you could.
Not a fan of coleslaw.
Sans
I just
slaw.
say order it. Give me it the way they make it. I guess I could have done that, but yeah, no, I don't like to be an order whore.
Yeah.
Brisket
Anybody go on?
with the
Yeah, but we've broken you
vinegar
down
coleslaw?
pretty
Come on.
quick because
good.
it started
But I've
with.
eaten 3 of those sandwiches.
I know,
and never
and it-
once
sandwich-
thought. I'm
sandwich
blaming
one.
myself here.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We've broken you down pretty quick here because sandwich 1, it was, I do it the way they do it, bro. Sandwich 2, it was, I do it the way they do it, bro, but on a French roll. And now sandwich 3 is going to be, I do it the way they do it, bro, but on a French roll with no coleslaw.
No, I'll
On the
just go
side.
no coleslaw.
Okay,
I'll
so you're
go
going
rye.
back to the
back
rye.
to the dirt bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll
So
see.
you
I
want
don't know.
so you
I don't
want
know.
it just as
Nah, I
dry
think I'm
as
gonna go
possible.
French roll. I think I'm gonna go
There
French
you
roll.
go.
You want
Just
rye
order a
with no
different
coleslaw.
sandwich.
You
Just
know,
get a tuna
Art's Deli
sandwich.
makes a pastrami dip.
Yeah. So does Langers.
If you want to know the answer, Matt, I'll give it to you.
Go ahead, Chris.
All right. As far as coleslaw goes, yes, tangy is better than milky.
Good.
1,000,000%. There's your answer. As far as coleslaw in sandwiches go, yes, I do like them in my sandwich. The reason being is because it's better than just straight up lettuce. You still get that cold crunch compared to the hot meat in the sandwich. So you get the contrast, which we've talked about before. I love some contrast. I ate a cone of ice cream in a jacuzzi, and it was one of the best days of my life.
A cone of ice cream?
That is a great analogy, and it's a real, true life
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, except for no one calls it a
It's
cone
one
of
those
ice
little
cream.
I had a
mini
cone of
cups.
ice cream.
You did, yeah.
Just call it ice cream on a cone.
Or an
Why-
ice cream cone.
Or an ice cream cone, but no one calls it a cone of ice cream.
Cone of ice cream.
So
Bowl of
when
ice
you
cream.
so you roll into
Bowl of
McDonald's,
ice cream, that makes more
cone?
sense. Cone of ice cream.
cone of
Wait.
ice cream.
No.
So I had
I had a
cone of
cereal
shame.
bowl this morning.
a bowl of cereal.
Did you
I
eat
didn't
anything
say,
out of it?
Wait,
A cone of ice cream is a serial killer way to say that sentence.
delicious. I had a cone of ice cream. I don't understand.
All right, in a hot tub, contrast.
In a tub of hot?
All right, so we got your vote. You're going tangy.
I'm very clear. I've been very clear about everything I've been eating. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It's actually more of an economical way of saying it because you're saying less words than an ice cream on a cone.
Or just ice cream cone.
Yeah, that's actually faster. Thanks, Dave. Glad you're here, bud.
Yep.
So
That's what we were saying
We need
the
a
whole
voice of
goddamn
reason.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I was enjoying my cone of ice cream, and also as far what was the last one? Vinegary.
You did that one already.
I prefer it on a sandwich.
You did that one.
And was the last
Barbecue versus deli.
barbecue? Easy. You need it to cut through the sauce.
Now, does
a nice
the creamy variety on the side, is it better with a deli sandwich or with barbecue food?
I don't know. This is where I don't know if I'm the best
That's a
guy
lot.
to ask because I'm so
real-
biased.
Caelan, you've been
We
remarkably
need like a
quiet.
Gary diagram
can't
to
hear.
understand this now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hear everything.
Coleslaw, dude. Coleslaw.
No, creamy coleslaw, definitely the way to go.
Okay.
First of all, I do definitely prefer it with barbecue, but when it comes to the sandwiches, the pastrami is the only sandwich that you really eat coleslaw with,
No.
right? I mean,
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork, yes.
Pulled pork. Okay, I never get a pulled pork. So, yeah, when you say sandwich, all I think about is pastrami, and where it's delicious. I always substitute sauerkraut for coleslaw when that's what it comes with on the menu. But yeah, outside the pastrami sandwich, I see no use for putting coleslaw on a sandwich.
All right. Well, what I will say is that while Eric Laporte is a good fan and he's got a baby coming in hot and he's been a big purchaser of Dawson's merch and he's a great dude, listener of Daves of Thunder, I will say on this one, you need to stop distracting
That's quite a
Matt.
Game of Thrones title right there.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's a lot of
listener of
Seeker of pleasure.
Exactly. Please, for the love of God, Eric, do not distract
Enjoyer
Matt
of
any
winter.
further. We've been at this shit for since the pandemic started, and now we just spent 20 minutes on fucking coleslaw. This is ridiculous.
I've
Matt,
got
get to the goddamn bracket.
I got one more coleslaw question.
No, I actually, I'm gonna I'll put it to an end right here. First of all, sweet dick, bro. Thanks, Eric. Secondly, 3 words: Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's coleslaw.
That's the best coleslaw.
the best coleslaw.
Well,
Now, is that creamy coleslaw or
That's milky coleslaw.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law figured it out. She makes fucking KFC coleslaw, and it's badass.
nice.
KFC coleslaw is delicious.
Well, here's my last coleslaw related question. I feel like it's a pretty easy one. The whole context for this tweet coming to me was that somebody somewhere tweeted that coleslaw is like disgusting. And it sounds to me, and I didn't ask you for your opinion, Dave, on the coleslaw.
I love it.
Okay, good.
Vinegar.
Vinegar.
Oh yeah. he
Okay.
knows what's up.
So no one in this room is anti-coleslaw.
I was until about 2 years ago.
Langers is what changed your mind?
No.
What changed your mind, Gary?
I don't know. I tried coleslaw.
That's what trying new things will do for you.
I was really in favor of it until this show.
And then you stopped liking it. God damn it.
Now
Well,
I'm anti-coleslaw.
all right. Well, that's pretty much all the thoughts I had. There's a whole second post-it note, but Gary just giving me that look. I'm just kidding. I don't have another post-it.
Saying we got families.
Let's move on to the thing everyone's been talking about. The PSC. Practically Starving Semicircle.
We all want
Remix. Oh, let's bring it down a notch here. There you go.
All right, let's go. We don't have to sit here and listen to it.
Just the first part. All right, no, there you go. Just at least the first sentence, for Christ's sake. Well, for people who are joining our Patreon show, you guys know that we had to skip it on Wednesday because Gary had to leave, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing it without him here because we tried doing it once without Dawson. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
don't talk
before
about that.
before we get into this, I'm sorry, Dave, but you get no vote. Because
Oh,
we
I
are
was going to
not-
say Dave gets a vote.
No, he doesn't.
He's here.
We are not getting into a fucking. We're down to the very last one of these before we get to the fat finale. And we
All right,
can't
well, then
have,
at the very least, we get to let Dave speak before we vote. So he can be like a senator in the Roman council
Sure.
to
Sure,
try to
fine.
sway our vote.
you can say whatever you like. It bears no weight on the final.
I'm gonna sway you, Gary.
Go for it.
I'm gonna sway you.
Sway
So,
me.
all this to say, this is not the final. This is not the Fat Finale. This is the last matchup of the Fat Four.
Correct.
We had a really hard time coming up with different adjectives to start with F. But this one's a killer one, and it's going to be tough. Coming from the very, very origins of this game, one of the only singular foods left, bacon, is taking on two singular foods that have teamed up. Like a tag team wrestling team.
Oh, no.
Surf and turf.
What a battle!
We've got ourselves a ring here. Bacon-wrapped scallops need not apply.
Yep.
We decided earlier the surf and turf was specifically a steak and a lobster.
All right, Pixelphun, the floor is yours.
Every weekend, Saturday, full pack of bacon, fried up, and I just gnaw on it all through Saturday, all through Sunday. I've been doing that every weekend for, I don't know, a long time.
Wow. People don't know this from listening. You're 400 pounds.
However, Gary, I also eat steak 4 times a week. I love my meat. I could not imagine going through life without. I love that meat.
How do you feel
nice
about clam?
and hot. Clam's all right. The juice is
I
good,
love
though.
me some
The juice is
clam.
good. Bacon would be a travesty to miss on my Saturday, Sunday mornings. But steak, seafood, lobster,
hurts.
halibut,
This is probably the most torn I've been.
filet.
What does halibut have to do with anything? This is a steak
Oh,
and a
only
lobster.
lobster?
No,
Yeah, it was
no,
decided.
we established
I
that
tried
surf and
early on,
turf-
dude. I tried. I said,
thank God.
pick
So
any
it's-
meat, pick
but
any
you
fish.
can't- okay,
But
so
no,
it
Lobster,
is-
the
idea.
cockroach of the sea. It's delicious.
It's like a New York strip or a sirloin
It's a steak.
and
Filet?
lobster.
Filet?
It can be a fillet. It's a
Okay.
steak.
Okay.
Done. Game over.
But yes, lobster, which did not used to be a delicacy, and they used to feed to prisoners.
But it's
The
not going to
only
be a
downside
ribeye
is
anymore.
If you happen to eat lobster and
Don't count
filet all the
ribeye?
time, it could get a little heavy.
Ribeye's fine too, Caelan. It's a fucking steak. Any cut of steak you want.
Yeah, just not roast
Kill-
beef. You
kill
can't
a
do
cake
roast
here.
beef and scallops.
Oh, man.
Just saying.
Ribeye, good.
All right, so Dave, we do appreciate your opinion, but as
doesn't
discussed, it does not hold.
I don't even know
one
what he
bit of
said,
water
really.
here. I think he. Oh, did you decide?
He said steak.
Okay, I was
okay.
making
Surf
sure.
and turf.
That's
He
good.
really talked up bacon, though.
I love it. No, but you know,
He really does speak. This is why it's tough.
It's a Sophie's
hard.
choice. He's right.
it's hard.
That's why you gotta play the game.
Sandwich.
All right, Pixelphun.
Game.
Oh, you've made
That
this much
game.
more
This is my
difficult.
life.
All right, let's vote.
Listen, I gotta Photoshop this, so hurry up.
Quit rushing me.
Caelan, since you won't be able to hear what any of us say, why don't you go first?
All right, I will say that I've been making a lot of my own breakfasts over the break, and that's always 4 eggs, bacon, and avocado. And the first thing I eat is a strip of that bacon, and it is so good. It's just like the most joy I get out of eating anything. And it really came down to this option was which one would I rather not have in my life, and that would be the surf and turf. So I'm going with bacon.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
That's one for bacon.
Strong. I'll go.
Do it, buddy.
I enjoy cooking. And it's better often that I just cook for myself instead of go out and spend money. I love lobster. I don't know last time I had it though. Love a good steak, and I cook a mean fucking ribeye. There is no greater joy. I'm like Dave. Saturday morning, we'll slow cook bacon.
Render it.
Now
gotta
you don't.
render it
Yes,
down.
you don't cook bacon. You render it,
Yeah.
and it takes. If you're doing
What's that,
bacon
Command
right,
R?
it takes about 2 hours.
2
You're
hours.
cooking it in the sun?
Nah, it takes
What are
about
you
an hour.
cooking
It
it?
takes
How do
about
you
an
cook
hour.
bacon?
You big pan, real low, and you just let it for days, dude. That's how you wake up the house too. When you got, the chick you want to get out of your bed, kick her out the door so the other one can come in.
No.
Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know this chick. Yeah, I don't know. Remember this chick?
I thought we didn't talk about her. Oh, okay. It wasn't this podcast. So I'm gonna have to say that my vote will go to bacon.
All right, well, I'm going to go next to add some fucking sanity to this conversation. I love me some bacon, but much like pizza had to fall, bacon has met its match with the surf and turf. If it's a special occasion, there's nothing better than the surf and turf.
Sure there is.
Surf and turf and turf.
Raviolis. Mona D's lasagna.
All right.
But we see where your vote
You
went.
had your
hour of
moment.
rendering.
You had your moments there.
All right.
Now, I've also had the pleasure of attending something called Lobster Fest, which
yeah.
former Kroll employee
Strong.
Rob brought to my life for many years. And it made my appreciation of the lobster jump exponentially higher because you can enjoy more than just the tail. You got the claw meat. You get all the juicy shit that Chris likes.
The brain.
Did they play the B-52's Rock Lobster at any time during that party?
Yeah, they played that,
figured.
and then they also
Right.
played Whack Shack, which is
Yeah.
that other great B-52
Yeah.
song.
I love that. The Whack Shack
Yeah.
is a little old place where
What have I done?
you can go alone.
Isn't that the crack?
The Whack Shack, baby.
So again, I get it that bacon has all sorts of applications, but if I go to a restaurant and they get a plate full of bacon or a plate full of surf and turf, I'll put my face into both plates, but I'm going to enjoy that surf and turf just a little bit more. So I'm going for the surf and turf, and I hope to God
boo.
that my other water cooler compatriots understand where I'm coming from.
Let's see.
We're not leaving this in Chris's shoes. No. Chris, last time we left it in your shoes.
What happened?
Chris can close it out right now
Leaving in his hands.
by saying bacon.
His very tiny.
I can't remember what it was, but at
But
some point it was
I've
left in
d-
your hands, and it was the wrong decision.
I've done
who
nothing
knows?
wrong. I'm still bitter about pizza not even
I
being
believe
in
in Chris.
in the contest. All right, I'll go next. Matt, and the way you put it, I think really puts it best. If I had a plate, and if we just waited even, if I had a plate of surf and turf and then a plate of bacon, I would and that was my meal. I would love the bacon. Oh man, I love bacon so much. But as you said, the surf and turf, the lobster with the juicy brains that Pixelphun alluded to earlier,
Maybe a little bit of drawn butter.
a little bit of drawn butter. My mouth is watering just thinking of it. It really is. And Lobster Fest, or just when I have lobster, it really just is a delightful experience. One that I remember weeks after I even ate it because it was just so enjoyable. But I love bacon. I pick bacon. I can't say no to bacon. Bacon is so freaking good.
Gary, am I alone in the
It's over.
surf and turf?
It's over.
You're not alone.
It doesn't matter.
You can't. Bacon
matter.
is the perfect.
So good.
It's
You're the
just-
one who
it's
wanted to go to
perfect.
Chris.
It's crispy. It's salty.
This is crazy.
It's rendering for an hour.
Wow.
Gary, where do you stand on this?
I love surf and turf. I love a ribeye with lobster, but hot damn, man, bacon. It's so delightful and divine. It's heavenly.
Yeah, it is from the gods.
I've never wanted to resign from doing this show.
well, the show never goes 2 hours, but at this rate,
What's your vote, bud?
my vote is fucking does not matter.
True.
But what
It
is it?
matters to me. I want to know if I'm alone on the Surf and Turf Express over here.
No, I mean, look, I would probably pick surf and turf if all else was equal. But I'm not going to have surf and turf go up against sandwich and have some fucking crazy bullshit. So I pick bacon because that's the way I want the scales to be tilted.
Wow.
Matt, let's go get some surf and turf.
Oh, no.
Wow.
It's going to be weird that we're going to end up with A1. And
We're going to find out.
You're gonna get a bacon A1 sandwich.
you know what? Fine
That
by
sounds
me.
pretty- Yeah, I'd
Fine
be okay with
by
that
me.
actually.
Well,
Terrible.
there's only one
Awful.
way to find out who's going to win the Practically Starving Semicircle, and that is to subscribe
At
to our
patreon.com.
Patreon. What is it? There you go. Patreon.com/watercooler.
What?
The winner will be revealed on Wednesday.
Probably.
Shit.
Okay.
Well, you don't like that, Chris?
No. This is the championship match. I think it needs to be a two-parter. Maybe we hear a bunch of different arguments on Patreon. Let it sink in, and we
Okay.
reveal it a week from today.
All right, I'm willing
Patreon
to do
poll.
that.
No.
Patreon poll.
We can do. No, it's getting revealed on Patreon.
Why?
Wasn't this discussed last week?
This was discussed 6 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I thought the idea was to tease it as a way to get more people to sign up for the
If you want to do it as a
Patreon.
two-parter, that's fine, but that means that the final reveal will be next Wednesday.
Okay, we don't have to do it as a 2-part. We can go over it next week, and then that's fine.
Oh, Chris, you seem very upset
Chris
by
is
this.
a man of the people. He wants to give it to the
feel
masses.
It feels too
It
shilly.
feels too shilly.
It's a little too shilly,
All right.
but I don't know. It's
All right.
It's the practically starving
Now I feel like Chris is
semicircle.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Pronounced
Chris
Shelley.
is very
Yeah.
disappointed by
But
this.
This practically starving semicircle just got real thirsty.
Ooh, that's what's next. Best drink.
Oh, best drink. I
Let's
like
do
that.
it. Fuck yeah, dude.
I like
That's
that.
good. I
know
want
what?
pina colada up there.
Chris, I tell you what. Best drink finale Monday show.
Okay, I can do that.
There you
That's
go.
fine with me. All right. Well, great job, Matt. Oh, wait, did you do your outro?
Oh yeah, that's on the menu.
Hey, he said it. He said it.
He said it. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to the water cooler. Man, that was an exciting round. And that one,
Devastated.
I would say that one probably hurt the most as far as what me having to wrestle. It really was a 50.1 versus a 49.9 decision. And it hurt, but it had to be done.
Just out of curiosity, does anyone else here in this room or on the Zoom take more than 7 minutes max to cook their bacon?
No, I like to just get
I
it on
take
there.
more than 7 minutes
7
for
sounds about right.
sure.
Bacon actually cooks a lot slower than usual, though.
45 minutes.
45?
45
Long
minutes. Matt,
time.
what's your ETA?
Like 15 to 20 minutes.
Well, hold on. Are
The
you getting
bacon needs to be
crispy?
cooked
Is it
slow.
like rubber? What are we doing here?
I like crispy.
It
No,
breaks in
yeah.
half when they
Blue
touch
rubber
it.
bacon.
No, I don't like it that. That's way too crispy. I don't want to break in half like
Wait,
that.
Dawson,
I like
is
a
your
little
argument
chew.
that the only way to cook it that fast will always yield bacon that breaks when you touch it?
No. Bacon needs to be rendered. It needs to be
You want
cooked
the
slow. It's
fat
built
to-
that way.
Bacon's so good. I don't feel like it really needs that much put into it to make it as good as it is.
Bacon is so good.
As much as I hate to say this, I
Caitlin
kind of
just
agree with
eats it raw.
Caitlin.
7 to 10 minutes.
Ripping it out of the
I'm telling
package.
you that.
Then you
fucking good right
it's
there.
like the first time you drink a bottle of wine that costs over $100, you're like, "Oh fuck, wine can taste this good?" When you
Oh.
eat bacon that's been rendered, you're going to be like, "Oh shit, this is
Dawson.
fucking
And
bacon."
the type of bacon? Applewood? Smoked?
Applewood
What are we
smoke.
doing?
Yeah.
We'll have to get into that because
We
it's got
sure
a big
will.
mountain to climb to win that finale.
After best drink, best bacon.
Yeah. What are the
Peter Luger's coming.
What are the Vegas odds right now on bacon versus sandwich?
I mean, I've been wrong so many times, I don't
Bacon's-
even know what's fucking real anymore.
Bacon's plus 2,000.
Yeah. It's not looking good for bacon.
BLT.
but There's only one way to find it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. You can eliminate bacon, you can still get your BLT.
Yeah, but is BLT X'd out of sandwich? We'll have to discuss this when we discuss
Sandwich.
it.
put bacon on any fucking sandwich you want.
Well, then there's really no.
Talk about this later.
Yeah, we will do this on Patreon. All right.
I'm the only one in the room who voted for fucking Surf and Turf. Let's remember that. I tried to create a
Try.
You're
an
the one who
entertaining
installed
finale.
You're the one who installed this
You can't script
insane
this shit, dude.
bracket.
You cannot
surf
script
and
this.
turf. Surf and turf. I'm sorry, but surf and turf by definition means I'm getting a smaller steak because there's lobster next to it. Of course, bacon's going to be the one that you choose when that is on your table. Come on,
Enjoy your plate of bacon, sir.
I will. I'm going to douse it in A1.
All right.
All right, let's get our plugs in, and I'm going to start it off with the guy to my right, Mr. Mike Dawson. Where can we go for you?
As you know, I'm working on a record right now.
Yeah.
And as you might not know, I will never ask anybody to go fund me or any crap like that. If anything's worth funding, I'll get it funded. But if you want to buy yourself a dude t-shirt, all of that's going to go to pay for my new record. So grab one on my Twitter at Los Angeles.
And speaking of your new record, isn't there something you'd like to say about Wednesday?
Wednesday on the Patreon episode, I'm going to play a full song, rough mix from the new record.
When you say rough mix, is this thing we've talked about before where you're lowering expectations so that people aren't judging
No,
you
it
too harshly?
sounds like a great mix. It's not the mix though.
Mix.
Yeah, it's just early. It's not,
Mix.
but it's awesome. The song's called Suicide Tuesday. I'll play the whole thing for you
on Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Nice.
And it'll air on
Suicide
Thursday.
Tuesday on a Wednesday to hear on Thursday.
So sign up at patreon.com/watercooler.
All right, we'll do. Matt, where can you go for you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondiler, and I'm just going to throw it out here. I watched a great classic movie starring Steve Martin and Lily Tomlin. It's called All of Me, and it's streaming on a bunch of different platforms right
Put
now.
Anita back in ball.
Yeah. I thought I had seen it before as like a small child, but watching it again, I'm pretty sure I never saw that before. And Steve Martin is a fucking comedic genius. I know that's a hot take, but the physical comedy in it is absolutely amazing. The script is fantastic. It really, really held up, and it's a great romantic comedy. I feel like you could watch it. There's a little bit of raunchier stuff, but nothing too bad. You could probably watch it with the whole family, and I suggest it highly. All of Me.
All of Me. All right, we'll watch that. Gary, where can we go for you?
YouTube.com/Daves of Thunder. A lot of insanity coming out of that show in the funniest and greatest of ways. So check that out. Chris and I worked very hard on it. And I'm going to plug something that Caelan actually turned me on to. The show on Paramount Network, Yellowstone, which I recently watched the first episode of. Now, I've been wanting to watch this show for quite a while, and Caelan kind of beat me to it and started watching it. And I said to Caelan after he got into it, Caelan, I'm looking forward to watching this show, but I sort of get the impression that this is not something that I can watch with my wife, who is a big animal lover. And Caelan thought about that for approximately 12 to 15 seconds and then went, yeah, probably not. Caelan, I watched the first episode of this sometime in the last 2 days. 41 seconds into the show, Kevin Costner pulls out a fucking pistol and shoots a horse in the head. What were you thinking about?
Well, first, it took me like 3 to 4 seconds to remember that exact horse.
That exact
but before the horse does get shot in the head, its like entire body is impaled in like on a metal spike. It's pretty brutal. So it is
Not helping.
So you had to really think through whether or not.
He's
I had
weighing
to really think before I remember that poor horse.
Well, I'm only the one episode in, but it looks like a good show, and it's on Peacock for those who subscribe to that service.
Peacock! All right, Caelan, where can we go for you?
Oh, don't worry about me.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
And, of course, the guy to my left, Pixelphun. Where can we go for you?
You guys should go to Patreon/Watercooler.
Oh,
he did. Oh, it's just
Nice.
oh, it just
And obviously
sinks.
follow
Awful
him.
mentee of you.
Follow him at Pixelphun, Pixel Phun on Twitter and Instagram. He makes custom artwork for the show. It just somehow takes the crazy stuff that we say and brings it to life. And
That's right.
I don't know how he does it, but it's always impressive.
Coming
Naked
soon,
Matt at
nude
the
match. Yeah.
Chris
I
trying
thought
to get
Chris.
crackers off the
Yeah,
top
I was going to
shelf.
say. I thought.
Hey, I know where you can. I know you can put the banana in this one.
Yeah, that's his signature. As
Just make me look ripped, all right? If you're going to do the
got
naked
you.
body.
I would just ask for the
Gotcha.
big banana.
As for me, once again, wanted to give a shout out to my friends at the Cookie Batch, Kookee Batch. They're on Instagram at the Cookie Batch, and they brought us cookies last.
They were so good.
They were incredible. Got some chocolate chip, like the thin kinds with the crispy chocolate chips.
That was good.
The one there's some bacon on one of them.
They were so good.
And then there was like a marshmallow one. I don't. They're incredible. We had boxes of them out on the front. Everybody was digging in, not even just the people in this room, but those things went quick, and they delivered to La Quinta, Palm Desert, and Indio. If you just check them out, it's a family-owned company, the Cookie Batch.
Nice.
All right, that'll do it for Watercooler. Thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday for the fat finale of the Practically Starving Semi-Circle. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Oh, and big thanks to Dave for bringing us beers.
Yeah.
He brought the Tangerine Express,
Thank you.
Stone, and the Buena Vesa. So thank you very much.
Tangerine, best drinking while standing up.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right, Gary. All right. That'll do it for Watercooler.
Son of a bitch.
We love you.